G'day guys, and welcome back to another video. It's been a little while since I've put a what's new in store video online, but I've actually been away for the past couple of weeks and I just haven't had a chance to really kind of get some videos together. I've just been so busy in the store, and I've been away for, like I said, been away for a couple of weeks, just trying to relax. But we've had a stack of new product come in. We've actually had a fair amount of new product, and I'm just going to jump straight into it and show you some of the new gear that's just arrived and some of the restocks that we've had. But let's get straight into the lures, and I'm going to show you the new CID lures that we've just got. And if you watched my last upload where I was fishing from shore, these were the CID lures that we were using. So I'm going to run you through them. I don't know if you can see them, but there's quite a few there to look at. So let's get straight into it. Now the first lure that we're going to look at it's not a new lure, but they have been updated, and it's the CID Shiverstick. Now these shiver sticks are available in a range of different sizes, and they start all the way from a 65, which is this small little one here, and they go all the way up to a 160, which is this big boy here. Now these ones, the 160s, I've actually used these up at the Monties and done really well on them. They're super easy to use, they're not over the top expensive, they're full wide, and they come with really good terminal. So that's a really good lure if you're heading up north. But the CID Shiverstick, they're really easy lure to work. You don't have to work them really aggressive. They flutter really well on the drop. So if you just twitch the lure and you let it kind of, well, you pause it, it will actually flutter really well on the drop. They are super, like I said, super easy to use. They come in a range of really good sizes. So there's the 65, there's the 80 size, there's a 95 size, the 125, which again, this is my favorite size. Great for dolphin fish, really good for tailor, salmon, tuna. Up north, you'll use this size a lot. And then I'm gonna rip this big one out, the 160 size. And again, this 160 size is really good for throwing on like P4, P5, P6. I actually caught a really couple of nice GTs on this, but these are the CID Shiver Sticks. Again, they come with really good owner trebles on them. Sorry, not trebles, owner singles on the larger sizes, and the smaller sizes come with trebles. So these are. They're a lure that's really worth checking out if you're doing any stick bait fishing. Again, super easy to use. Some really cool colors. I mean, this pink flash. Look at the flash in that. There's a new glow or white glow color. That'll be good first thing early morning off the beach for tailor. Really stand out. You can see the profile of the lure. They cast really well. Again, super easy to use. This is another new color, the chrome redhead. So during the middle of the day, this will be a really good lure for throwing. You get a lot of reflection from that chrome off the sun, so it's really going to attract fish from a distance. Now there's actually quite a lot of colors that we can see to choose from out of the range. So this one is one of the smaller sizes in the 65, and this one is the live olive color. So you can see it's kind of a goldy clear olive. That's not a bad one. We've got this, what do they call this one? A live chartreuse. Now that's a real nice one. This is in the 80 size. So again, clear. This is going to be really good in clear water. You know, like I said, only work them very slow, and they flutter and have a really good twitching action. Center weighted, so you can see the weights in this, so when they do fall, they really do flutter and twitch. But again, that's the CID Shiverstick. Now, as I was saying, you know, there's so many different colors. I'm not going to show them all to you, but you can see, look at them all. The stacks there to choose from. They're pretty reasonably priced. They start from $17.99, and for the 160, which is the biggest size, they go up to $34.99, and I think that's pretty reasonable for a wide through lure that's got a good finish. It's got good terminal on it. It works, catches fish. But we've got the whole range in stock. We've got a lot of them, so that's the CID Shiverstick, guys. That's definitely one lure if you're going to do any stick baiting, worth checking out. Now, while we're on the subject of CID, we've also had the Sprats come back into stock. Now, they do these Sprats in a 80 and a 95 size. Now these are really good, just a casting slug. So you can see there's two sizes there. There's the 95 is a 30 grammer and the 80 is a 21 grammer. So these things cast exceptionally well. They work really good for long distance casting, great for tuna. You'll get tailor and salmon off the beach with them. Super simple. All you do is you use them exactly like a medal. You cast them out, straight wind them. You can twitch them if you want. I generally just straight wind them. They have a good wobble. Just a single treble on the back, so you know, nice and simple lure to use. But that's the Sprat, available in the same range of cool colors. And again, they're not expensive. They start at $17.99, which is pretty cheap for a good little lure. But again, they're all available online. You can come and check them out in store. We've got the whole range. But that's the CID Sprat. Now, while we're still on the stick bait wall, I don't know why these are so popular. I mean, they're a good lure, that's why they're popular, but we've just had a restock of them because they seem to be just absolutely flying out the door. And that's the Zipbaits Slide Swim Minnow and also the Monsoon breaker. I'll show you that in a second, but the Monsoon breaker and the Slide Swim Minnow are extremely popular. Every time we get them in store, they sell out like straight away. So we've pretty much had all the colors that are available currently. At the moment we've got them in stock. So we've got a decent amount of them in stock. There is a new color that's just come out and we've only received it this week, and that's this one. So it's kind of like a clear chartreuse, or it's got like a matte, ghosty matte finish on it. Don't know if I like it. I think it's, I don't know, doesn't look too bad. But the good thing about Slide Swim Minnow, and I think one reason why they're so popular, is just because how well they cast. And what they have in them is the mag drive system. So there's a magnetic weight. It's probably going to be a little bit hard to see, but there's a magnetic weight. So when you cast this lure, it'll actually, can you hear it? It'll actually flick to the back of the lure. So I don't know if you can see the weight there or not, but can we see it? Yeah, you can just see it. So when you cast, that weight will go to the back of the lure and the lure will actually propel a lot further, and it'll travel straight through the cast. So they do cast really well. Very easy to use. I found just a real slow twitch just under the surface. They work really well. Some really nice colors. Actually, this color here, you're going to be able to see that weight a lot better. This is like a clear ghost color, but you can see that weight there. I'll just flick it. See how that weight, can we see that there? See that weight move? Boom, it's a magnetic weight. So there you go, Zipbaits Slide Swim Minnow. I'm going to show you quickly the Monsoon breaker. Some colors are the same and some colors are different, but these are the only colors that are available at the moment. So we've got the silvery rainbow color, more of a natural color. We've got a chartreuse with like a lime top, sardine, and then another greeny kind of color. Now the Monsoon breaker, is heavier and thinner, so it actually doesn't feature the mag drive system. It's just a solid lure, but it casts really well. You can actually work these a little bit faster and harder than you can with the Slide Swim Minnow. If you work the Slide Swim Minnow as hard as you work this, the Slide Swim Minnow will actually pop out of the water. But again, another really good tailor lure. These are good for when there's a little bit more wind because the profile is a little bit thinner and it's a little bit heavier. But again, Slide Swim Minnow and Monsoon breaker, both back in stock from Zipbaits. So get online or come in store and you can get yourself some. Okay, so moving on from the lures, next up I'm going to show you some clothing. And I don't know if I've really shown you guys clothing much before on the channel, but we've just had a stack of clothing come in. I don't know who keeps bloody ordering it, but we've absolutely had a pile of new clothing come in, and some of it's really good. We've got some new Daiwa clothing, which is the new Ripple series. So I'll show you these. Let me just set this camera up. So we have the new hooded. Now these things, if you've ever worn a hooded fishing shirt, you'll know just how good they are. I don't really like wearing a buff when I'm fishing. I find it gets a bit uncomfortable. So the hooded fishing shirts, they're absolutely the go if you're doing any fishing in the sun. But we've got the Daiwa ripple hooded shirts back in. So they come in a couple of different colors. Obviously they do a medium, they do large, extra large, XXL, but they're really lightweight fabric, super comfortable. It's going to keep you out of the sun. But we've also had a heap of Nomad, new Nomad ones come in, and some of the Nomad ones look really good. If you watch any of my vids, I always wear this one blue, I think it's called a Wayfarer Nomad shirt, and it's, actually I've got one here, I'll show you. I always wear one of these, and it's one of the best shirts that I've worn fishing. They're super comfortable, it's lightweight, you don't get hot in them. But they've just released a whole new range of the same style of shirts, but they look a little bit different. So we have, again, another hooded shirt. That's in like a light aqua blue color. That's from Nomad. They also have the darker green camo. Again, that same nice hood, lightweight material. They also do these shirts without the hoods. So if you don't really like wearing a hooded shirt, we have the same shirt there, but that's without the hood. But if you haven't worn one before with a hood, definitely give it a shot, because they're bloody comfortable and you don't get burnt on the back of your neck. Moving on to just t-shirts now, and again, a whole heap of new Nomad shirts, but a lot of just kind of really nice casual fishing shirts. You can wear them down the pub, you can wear them fishing, I guess. I pretty much only wear fishing clothing whenever I'm out, but we've got a whole heap of new designs from Nomad. This one's the coral trout. I think that one's pretty cool, and they're all reasonably priced. Like, they're not, you know, most of these t-shirts are like $39.99, so they're pretty reasonable, and the quality of the shirts is really good. The GT one, that's cool. Nomad. This one here is really nice. This is another GT shirt, but have a look at the design on the back. Now, that's a really nice shirt, and again, $39.99, and these are all on our website, so you can order them online. They're Aussie sizes, so you know, I wear a large is a large. They're not like some of the other shirts. And then we've got the classic flyer, so we've got the flying fish on the back. We've also had a stack of Salty Crew arrive, so we've got all new Salty Crew hats. There's heaps here, there's so many to choose from. Not every single one of them is online yet. I'm working my way through them, but there's a stack in store, so if you fancy a new hat, these ones are pretty cool. Look at that one, sink and swim. But we got stacks of Salty Crew as well, and we've also got a stack of Salty Crew clothing. Just had another big restock after the boat show. We brought a I think 2 Salty Crew stands down the boat show. We sold heaps of it, so that's been really popular. But again, we've restocked it. There's quite a few. I like these kind of tech fishing shirts, but we've got quite a few of the tech fishing shirts there. There's hooded, there's non-hooded, there's a stack of just normal t-shirts. This one here is probably the most popular, the Salty Crew crayfish. They call this the spiny. These are available online, but there's a whole stack of different ones in there. We've also got some spray jackets from Salty Crew. These are good, just a good casual spray jacket. The Pinnacle pants, Pinnacle jackets, they're all in stock and online. And then we've got some more tech hoodies. These are like a more of a heavy duty tech hoodie. Again, really comfortable. They're kind of like it's probably more of a winter tech hoodie, but they're still, it's not super heavy, but they're quite cool as well. So if you want fishing clothing, get online or pop in store. We've got clothing at both stores. We're just expanding our Beckingham range as well, so over the coming months they're going to have a lot more clothing there. But let's move on to some more gear that's new. Now we're going to move on to rods, and I've been waiting for these to come out for a little while. They look really good. I was pretty hyped when I saw them released by Daiwa, and that's the new Battler series of rods, and I've got to say, I think they're pretty bloody nice. They do come with they come with a high price tag, but they're really nice. Super lightweight. These Battler rods all feature AGS guides. So the AGS guide is a carbon fiber It's a carbon fiber guide. It's designed by Daiwa, and they're ultra lightweight, and you feel absolutely everything through the rod. If you've never fished with a AGS guided rod before, it's kind of a little bit hard to explain, because once you fish with one, it's very hard to go back to a stainless or metal framed guide because of just how sensitive the rods are. So these guides, one thing that they do with they might make the rod feel is ultra crisp. Because the guides are so lightweight, the rods are very, very crisp. So it's going to be hard to see the camera there, but you can see they're very small, very sensitive. The one downside with AGS guides though is you do have to be careful with them, because they are carbon fiber. You do have to be a little bit careful of them, just by knocking them. But what I have noticed with the latest range of AGS guides that Daiwa have brought out is that it does look like they've beefed them up and made them a little bit more rigid than the previous rods that had them on them. But overall, all of the Battlers, they really do look good. They've got the custom Daiwa air sensor, I think they call it air sensor reel seats, and they're very specky. So if you put like a Revelry on this rod, it'll be a killer looking outfit. But there's quite a lot of different models throughout the range to look at. So it's they start at like brim rods, trout, whiting rods, and they go up to like 20 pound, 25 pound snapper fishing rods. But they are a light lure fishing range of rods. Available in 2 and 1 piece. This one's the 610 1 to 4 kilo. You can see. But the finish on them, really nice finish. They're very responsive, especially with those AGS guides. Like this brim model, that'll be great for throwing little lures and little soft plastics around. I really do like, and I think I'm going to have to add one of these to my arsenal, is the 762MH. I think this is going to be a really good snapper rod, a really good tailor rod out of the boat. I think matched with maybe like a 4000 Revelry, I think you'll find this is going to be a ripper. As 2-piece as well, so it's going to be easy to travel with. But the all new Battlers, they're available in store now. We've got them all online. You can order them through the website. We post out daily. But that's a new series of rods in the high-end stuff. Again, come and check them out. Now, next up, while we're on the rods, one other thing that we've just had come in from Daiwa, and I've actually been really surprised because I never thought these were going to be popular, but they have been popular and we've had to reorder them already. But it's the new Presso series from Daiwa. Now, this is actually a stream trout fishing series of rods, and they make 2 models in the range. One that's 5'6", which is this one that I have in my hands here, and they also have a 6-foot one. Now, I'm surprised at how popular and how much interest that we've had in these rods, because I just didn't think a lot of people would buy this. But they're actually really nice, and they have it's like a carbon tube rear butt. They have the nice little cork butt, and then a nice formed reel seat. But best thing is they do a matching reel for it. So this is called the Presso. It's only available in one size, which is the 2000, I believe it's a 2000S, and it's a power gear. So a lot of the guys fishing streams and I mean, you're not casting very fast, so you don't want a reel that's super high speed. You want a slower speed reel, so you can really kind of work that lure and not retrieve it too fast and work it slow for the trout. So they do a matching reel, and it's all color coded. You see you got the matte black, the orange highlights which match the orange highlights on the rod, and the black bindings on the rod. But super lightweight drag. This is an ultra finesse drag with a lot of adjustment. So if you're going to fish with anything like 3, 4, 6 pound line, this is going to be ideal. All matches, super nice and lightweight. That's the new Presso series. There's 1 reel, 2 rods to check out. If you're into trout fishing, come and check them out. Now, moving back onto lures, I want to show you another new model that we've just started carrying, and we've actually gone and carried the whole range of colors in this series, because I was looking at all the colors and I couldn't pick what ones I wanted to stock and what ones I didn't want to stock. So I thought, bugger it, let's order them all. And that's the all new Daiwa double clutch, the Barra Tune. Now this is 115 mil long. It's going to be great for fishing in the river for mulloway. It's going to be really good for trolling for tailor. It'll be good for casting at salmon. It's going to be good for wherever you need a diving lure. Now, it is a heavy duty small lure. It's wide through and they come with BKK Viper hooks. Now, like the overall lure is built, it's quite tough because it is designed for barramundi. So it is a tough lure, and just actually feeling it in your hand, you can feel like the construction of it. It's quite sturdy. But the color range is epic. There's about at least 20 different colors there to choose from. These are just some of my favorites. So this is the gudgeon. And I think they call this one, it might be laser pink head, not too sure what I've got to have another look. But this thing looks absolutely epic. We got the red mullet, I believe they call it. It's actually called the bleeding mullet. You've got this real nice, I think this one's called laser pink. Then we got this tannin suji, look at that. Now the cool thing with these lures is they have a moving weight system again. So similar to that zip bait lure that I was showing you earlier, this weight moves internally within the lure. So this thing's going to cast really well. They have a nice big tie point or toe point at the front of the lure. Now, one thing with these type of barra lures or anything with a bib, make sure you tie them on with a loop knot, and they'll swim a lot better than if you actually tie directly like a blood knot or a uni knot directly to the loop. Always tie them with a loop knot, they'll swim better. But absolutely epic range of colors. You can see, look at that one there. That's a nice one. It's going to be really good in dirty water. We've got the whiting. Now this is a new color that they've just come out with, sand whiting. This one you can't go wrong with the red. Red's always really popular, laser red. We've got another white pearl white color, but there's absolutely stacks of different colors to choose from. So this is really, I think this is going to be a real good one for guys chasing mulloway in the river. If you go right in the upper reaches, try and fish some of those deep holes, this will be a really good lure. They cast really well with that sliding weight too, but the lure only weighs about 20 grams. So if you're going to throw this on like a 15 to 20 pound outfit, you're going to get a really good cast. But that's the Daiwa double clutch, the 115. So this is the next one that I really wanted to show you guys, and I really like the look of these as well. It's a 93 millimeter lure, and it's called a Steez Current Master. So it's a very similar shape to the double clutch, but it is slightly different, and these are a suspending deep runner. So they do dive deep. They feature the same kind of casting weight system. So if you can see in this lure here, there's the weight. You cast and the weight goes to the back of the lure. And then once that hits the water, boom, the weight returns to the front of the lure. But some epic range of colors again. These things, they're not wide through like the Barra Tune or the double clutch, but for this smaller size lure, it doesn't really need to be wide through. But again, really awesome range of colors, fitted with BKK terminal. So you got really good hooks. And I think this lure, this range of lures, I think these are going to be a real good one for trolling in the river during summer. When we get those big tailor down around the Narrows, down around Freshwater Bay, Blackwall Reach, this is going to be a really good lure. They're going to dive deep, they're going to troll straight, and I think they're really going to get the bite. But again, a big range of colors to choose from. That's just 4 of the ones that I really like. Finish is really good, price is reasonable. It's another range of lures to try out. You can get them online, you can get them in store. If you're doing any fishing in the river, trolling for tailor, again, mulloway will eat this thing. You could use this for tailor out of the boat in the ocean, around the reefs, or you can go up north, use it for jacks, barramundi, queenfish, all of those kind of northern species. So check them out. That's the Steez Current Master from Daiwa, the 93 size. They're available now. Anyway, guys, that's what's new for this week at TackleWest. I've just packed up the store and I'm ready to head home. So again, as always, thanks for supporting the stores. Thanks for supporting the channel. If I don't see you in store, I'll see you out on the water next time. But thanks again, guys, and I'll catch you later.